Oh man, Karen, hello. We're so excited you're here.
I know.
Good morning. I appreciate you inviting me to join the show.
So what? I'm sure we're about to ask the same question.
Yeah, I want to know if things are buzzing over there at school.
Same.
I mean, is there? Yeah.
Things are definitely buzzing. In fact, I'm in my office at school. There's a lot going on behind my door. There's no telling, the door can open at any moment. This is the frenzied time of year where there's lots of excitement and we're ready to get the school open for students. So yes, there's a lot of buzz going on out there.
Well, at least there aren't students there. Is that right yet?
We do not have students in the building. However, all of our staff reported back yesterday, actually on Wednesday. So I'm losing track of my days.
I know, we're with you.
We're in a whirlwind of all that we do to get ready for the students to start. And that's always like the most exciting thing for us.
And that's on the 23rd, is that right? First day for students?
That is correct. Our students start on Monday, the 23rd. In elementary school world, we have open house at our school on the 19th. So that's the first time we'll have the opportunity to see our students this year.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, Mary Cheatham, I think this is the perfect time to introduce our special guest for today. If you would like to take it away.
I would love to. So guys, we are so lucky this morning that we have Karen Wood, who is the principal of Beaufort Elementary. She is known by many and loved by many. She is someone who is very well respected in our community and somebody who we're thrilled to have with us today. And so guys, one of the things you're going to notice is that moving forward, we're going to have a little bit more of a focus on our teachers and on our schools and our community, because number one, it's back to school time. And number two, we want to make sure that we are shining a light on the Carteret County Public School Foundation, which is a foundation that helps to meet the needs of the students and the staff, and the kind of helps to meet the needs that are associated with the school system that the system itself is not able to provide. So it's through private fundraising. They come in and help to make sure that folks have what they need in all different ways. And so there's someone that I know Karen is a big supporter of. And so we want to make sure we're shining a light on them right now as well. So Karen, we'd love it if you give us any thoughts that you have about the foundation, and then, give us a little bit of background as to how you came to become the principal of Beaufort Elementary.
All right. Well, I would be delighted to do that. And thank you for inviting me to join you this morning. The foundation does so much work for the school system, and I will kind of lead that into my background for how I became principal here. I had been in Craven County since 2002. Our only child graduated from high school in 2018, and my husband and I have loved Carteret County for so long, and even had a second home here. But it was our long-term goal to be able to move to the county. So after our son graduated from high school, I put my name, in the hat, so to speak, for the opportunity here at Beaufort Elementary School. And I interviewed in July of 2018 and was offered the position. So, that was the best day of my life, because here it was like a new start. When your child goes off to college, you have to kind of reinvent yourself anyway. So that was my opportunity to come live here in this county and serve the community. So the reason I say that ties in very well with what you brought up about the foundation is Hurricane Florence happened in September of 2018. So now my first day at work here was July 16th. We didn't start school until late August. So basically I had been at work with the people, the students and staff here for about 2 weeks when Hurricane came through and impacted our community in the way it did. And that is when I first became familiar with the foundation. We had so many families who were impacted, with roofs, off their homes, flooding. And that's how the foundation steps in and takes care of our school community. It was for students and staff. They filled the gaps for families that needed gas cards or food cards, or maybe they needed a new roof. So we are really just appreciative of all that they do to help make our school system a better place. And it's not just about providing for the basic needs you think of for the school. Yeah. It's beyond that. It is those housing needs sometimes. It's just whatever it takes, to make sure our students and staff are set up for success. So that's how I got here. I taught in Cumberland County and then was an administrator in Craven County, and here I am. And it's my 4th year at this school. And I will definitely say that these have been the most rewarding years of my career. So
Well, that's so wonderful, Karen. Well, we're so lucky to have you. We're so lucky to have you here. And since it is back to school time, what we thought we would do is take advantage of your mind and your heart and get you to help weigh in on providing some advice for teachers, for students, and for parents as we head back into after school. So head back into school. So Meg, who do we want to start with?
Maybe the parent, maybe
Okay.
you, Mary Cheatham. So advice for a parent who might feel a little bit nervous or a little bit just wants to know your best piece of advice as a principal for their kids as they head back to school.
Okay, I'd be glad to start with them. They are an important group, in the process of meeting the needs of our students. I would suggest that parents take a breath and relax. The beginning of the year can be very stressful. There are a lot of new things and unknowns. Sometimes parents tend to panic, if something's different from the way it's always been at a school, or, you think the first day of school, your child comes home and they're worried about this, or that. I would just say, take a breath and relax and give time for the processes and procedures in the schools to get firmly in place before you panic. I would also say, don't hastily pick up the phone or send an email that you'll regret. It's nice to sleep on things sometimes. I know as a parent, and I'm speaking as a parent and as a principal, sometimes your child comes home and shares something, and of course you're getting their version of the story. It may be a 6-year-old version or a 15-year-old version. It just depends. So sometimes you have to wait and find out the other side of the story. So that's good advice. And this is kind of laughable, but it's true. I always tell parents that we won't believe everything your child tells us about you. Believe everything they tell you about us. Because if you're a parent, you understand. You have the whole story first.
That's such good advice, Karen. I mean, that is really good advice. And I think to stay in curiosity and seek first to understand what's happened. And what I heard you say in the beginning was trust the system. Trust us, right? We're here and we have your kids' best interests at heart. And so trust us.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I think that's so good. That's so good. Okay.
Schools work. I'm going to say one more thing. We have a lot to say. Schools work very hard to put their processes and routines in place. It's not going to be perfect the first day of school. In the case of Beaufort Elementary School, with students and staff, we'll have about 500 people coming in and out of our building every day. Mm-hmm. You're not going to have a system that's perfect the first day. If you do, then kudos to you. But after a couple of weeks, things fall into place. So that's why I say relax and give things time before you panic.
So good. That's so good. Okay, so next, let's do the student. Let's do the student themselves. What would you say to a student who's coming in to Beaufort Elementary?
Okay, a student coming into Beaufort Elementary, of course, we feel like we are providing the best opportunity that they could possibly want, for their learning environment. Of course, we serve students who are 4 from pre-kindergarten all the way through 5th grade at our school. So they have different perspectives for sure. But what I would say to not only our students, but students who are in any grade level, is to take advantage of every moment, every day. The work that goes on in classrooms is magical. And we try to instill in our students here from an early age that education offers, such opportunities and opens doors to their dreams and, their future. So every day is important. You may be in pre-K, you may be in 3rd grade, but those days that you spend in any of the grades that we serve in our school system play into what your future looks like. So just take advantage of the moment. You have teachers who love you, administrators who love you, and we're here to do what's in your best interest and help you grow and be the best you can be.
And what I really like about that too is that these kids, of course, they're learning the academic side of things, but also in a classroom setting, you're learning life skills and you're learning much more than from a textbook. So I think what you just said is perfect. You perfectly stated that. Just be in the moment and realize that you're learning more than what you're actually learning, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. School is about a lot more than academics.
Yeah.
A lot of people out in the business world know that some of the skills that students come out lacking the most are what they call soft skills.
Sure.
The ability to get along with others and solve problems and, work in groups. So we try to give students the skills that they'll need, not only academically, but skills they'll need to just function, in work environment, as they move forward. Whatever they choose to do after high school, we want to give them the skills they need to be successful.
To build a strong foundation for that. Absolutely.
Right.
Okay. That one was really good, Karen, too. Okay. So what about, you've been a teacher, Karen, before you were an administrator. So to all the teachers out there, regardless of what grade they're going back to teach, what would you say to them? What advice do you have for them as they head back to school?
Well, having been a teacher and now a principal, I often have to delve out different tasks. And I think educators always have that to-do list that really doesn't end until the end of the school year. So they have to really find ways to take care of themselves. Educators are just infamous for putting themselves last on the priority list. And the saying goes, like, you can't pour from an empty cup. So they have to figure out ways to keep their own cup filled with the things that keep them rested and ready, to come to do their best. So you can find balance. It's just hard. We want to serve our students well, but they have to find ways to also take care of themselves and their families.
Absolutely. We were actually just talking about that. Some of our team members were about how if your ultimate goal is performance and to be the best teacher that you can be, then you've got to incorporate rest and recovery for yourself in order for you to be a great performer in that way and a great teacher. So I think that's spot on to even if you're not a teacher, that's great advice.
That's right. That's right. I think that's good. That's really good. Well, those are all three. I mean, you just nailed all three of those. That was so good. And I feel inspired, and I feel honestly, truly, I feel better as a parent of a child. I have one child going into middle and one child going into high school. And so I am feeling just a smidge panicky, but I'm going to calm it down. It's going to be great.
Take a breath.
That's exactly right. I'm going to take several, Karen. I'm going to take several. So Meg, what do you think about moving into, we've got a few rapid fire questions for you, Karen, if that's okay. So
I'm ready.
And so the concept with these is just, a quick and dirty answer.
Love it.
I'm ready.
Take it away, Meg.
So our first one, Karen, it's a question that we're selfishly curious about. Do you have one thing that you have to do every morning that's a non-negotiable in order for you to have a good day at work?
Will say, and people who know me, I think, could attest to this fact that I wake up every day deciding that it's going to be a good day. In fact, at the end of our announcements every morning, I say to all the students over the intercom, it's a great day to make it a great day. And I do believe you have to decide before you ever start whatever you're about to do, what the day is going to be like. But if you had to tell me one thing, my husband makes a great cup of coffee every day.
Love.
Sends that to me as I walk out the door. So that is part of my morning routine. I'm very much about routines and time and everything. So that gets my day started. And then as I come to school every day, I listen to real inspirational music that just puts me in a positive frame of mind to get me ready.
That's awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
Now, on the flip side of that, when you get home from a school day, what is one thing you do to wind down? Your favorite thing to do?
All right. Well, earlier I told you how I ended up in this county and how we had loved it for years before even moving here. So we have actually lived here in the county now for about 1.5 years. And my favorite thing to do is to ride our golf cart down Front Street in Beaufort. Just something about feeling that soft air in your face just kind of renews everything. I feel like we still pinch ourselves that we get to live here because we live where people come to vacation.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing. So driving down Front Street, I can just kind of leave work behind. It's like going on a mini vacation, and then I'm ready to get going again the next day.
Love it. It's
Smart.
that reset and rest.
That's exactly right.
That's great. Now, Karen, you lead a lot of people every day. What is one piece of leadership advice that you've received that's really stuck with you?
In the educational realm, never forget where you came from.
Mhm.
And I think, that statement applies to lots of different, occupations. But in my world as principal, it's really important for me to remember what it was like to be in the classroom, and what those teacher shoes felt like. Because, it's important as a principal to never become so far removed that you can't understand what teachers are handling on a daily basis. There's a lot of responsibility. So I try to help find balance. I have a list that's handed, to me from state and local and federal authorities, but I have to figure out as a principal how I can navigate to ensure that my teachers can focus on the students in their classroom as much as possible. So I try to keep as much off their plates as I can. So that would be my best advice. Just remember where you came from.
I love that. That's great. And that's applicable to any person in any role.
Absolutely.
Now, final rapid fire question before we ask you our final question, so many
Okay.
questions. What are you most proud of? So it can be personal, it can be career-wise. What are you most proud of?
Lived a blessed life. So I think I have a lot of things I'm proud of, but as a parent, say that I'm most proud of our son. As I said, we only have one child. So husband and I, that's right. You have one chance to get it when you have a child. But he's 21 years old.
Awesome.
We're really proud of him. You work really hard as a parent, and I have so much respect for what parents do every day to raise their children, especially in the world we live in. There's so many challenges and temptations. So when you see your child grow up, to be a 21-year-old, and you realize that you did a pretty good job laying the foundation that he needed to be successful, then I think we can give ourselves a pat on the back.
Absolutely. And Karen, I know that there are kids that aren't technically your kids, and they would be, I think their parents would feel the same about you toward their kids. So I just know we were talking in our team meeting yesterday, and we were like, Karen Wood's going to be on Coffee with MC this week. And we have a couple former teachers on our team, and everyone just went, oh, I love her. So I know you impact a ton of lives. So thank you for all of that.
No kidding. And thank you for taking time during this busy week where you're getting ready to launch into this new school year. So we're going to let you get back to it, Karen. But before you go, we do want to know what is saving your life right now.
Saving my life right now just kind of goes back to the community I serve in. I think a lot of the people probably listening today know I went through breast cancer treatment. I'm not so far removed from that, but that's what saves my life every day. Because I'm committed and I'm dedicated, to this school community. But we have such a close-knit school family, and even beyond the walls of our school, just the school community, that the people I work with are what keep me built up and motivated to want to do my best.
That's so good. That's great, Karen. This has been amazing and seriously really inspirational and calming. I mean, your advice was so good in every category, and we just really appreciate your time and appreciate everything you're doing for these kids and for their families also, because golly, do we know it's a trickle down or trickle up effect. What happens with these kids impacts everybody in the community. So thank you for taking such good care of them and of your teachers.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate all that you do for the community as well. We're all in it together. Carteret is a wonderful place to live, but none of us do it on our own. We all complement each other well. And if we're all working together to do our best, then we truly end up having the best community and school system we can. I loved at the beginning, you were talking about shining the light. That was very appropriate for our school system. Last year, our motto was shine the light. This year, our motto is brighter together. So we're brighter together, even by working with each other. I appreciate all that you do as well.
That's great.
Karen, that's
Thanks, Karen. Have a great school year. Thanks for your time.
Thank you. Y'all have a great day.
You too.
Bye.
Okay,
Man, that was really good.
I'm not a parent, a student, or a teacher, but I took so much away from that conversation.
Yeah. It was really good. It was
Yeah.
really good.
And
I
she's,
thought a lot about our team when talking about, remembering where you came from, meaning,
yeah,
just, that we change roles sometimes, we change the way we interact with, I just kind of our positions change. And it's so important, I think, to remember and to put yourself in the shoes of the people who, who are serving our clients in different ways. And so I
sure.
think that was a really good, that was great for me.
I do too. I do too. And I know you remember this, but I don't know if anyone watching remembers this, but in our last magazine that came out, we had a little section where our community nominated people who are beacons of light in our community. And Karen was actually featured in our magazine. Of course, as you guys know, she's the principal of Beaufort Elementary, but she also just kicked cancer's butt. So she was multitasking quite a bit last year. And we're just so thankful to have people like her in our community.
It's good.
Yeah.
Really good. That was great. That was good. Okay. Well, Meg, do you want to tell us what's saving your life right now?
Well, I wonder if you could guess it.
I know. I'm like,
got engaged. I'm so excited. If I talk about it, I'll cry again. But stop. Okay. But I got engaged. That's what's saving my life. Yay. I know.
hey,
So my fiance, which is also very weird to say, he is actually out of town this week, fishing in the Pirates Cove tournament, which is very exciting. So we've been keeping up with that, and it's been really fun to just getting used to this thing that's new and kind of getting the wedding planning going. So that's been saving my life. I did not realize I would.
oh my God, so exciting.
Oh gosh. But
love it.
very excited.
So
What's saving your life?
Well, what's saving my life is that I just got back from a little family vacation, which was great. And so I think, just taking some time to unplug and kind of, be with my family and really enjoy kind of this special stage right before there's going to be a lot of change,
Yep.
With going back to school. There is every year. And I think particularly this year with
Sure.
the two new schools one new school for each kid, which is kind of crazy. But so just spending some time with my family really was great. And
that's awesome. And I can't get over the photo that you sent of Walter with the fish.
I know.
It's like, I can't, we might have to share it because it's very, very adorable.
I know. My people have been doing a lot of spear fishing. They've been doing a lot of spear fishing, and I'm telling you, they're having a ball. And so anyway, yeah,
awesome.
It's been really fun. And it was so fun while I was there to get the engagement photo.
Yeah. It's been a fun couple weeks for everyone.
Yeah. Lots of exciting news on our end. That's exactly right. That's
Absolutely.
Right. Well, happy Friday. I hope you get some good rest this weekend. And thank you for being here with me today.
Thanks, MC. Have a good one too.
Bye.
Bye.